Hello, and welcome to the Dropkick Report. I'm here with Corey.
Hello.
And we just did our Rumble predictions just last week.
We didn't
And
did.
Corey booked his own Rumble. That's a very fun video. Go
I
and
did.
watch that.
It was
Go
a
and
good
watch
time.
Corey's Rumble. Yeah, it was a good time. But now the Rumble has happened.
It has.
And we got our predictions right. Well, one of them.
Yes.
One prediction we got correct.
A single prediction.
Yes, a single prediction for the Women's Rumble, which anyone could have really predicted.
Yeah.
Which was that Bayley won. Spoilers.
Correct.
What do you think of Bayley's win?
I thought it was really good. Good to see Naomi come back as well, and it was second longest woman in the Rumble. I think Naomi was. Bayley broke the record. She is now the longest woman ever in the Royal Rumble.
Yes. She came in from number 3.
Yep. That was good. Jay Cargill had a great showing.
Yeah, Bayley lasted for over an hour. As
She did.
Naomi.
So that was good to see. What else happened in the Women's Rumble?
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace turned up.
Massive entrance from Jordan Grace from TNA.
Nice bit of TNA in there.
Current knockouts women's champion.
So that's always good to see.
Fantastic. Bianca did really well.
Bianca did well. I think Nia got the most eliminations.
Yes, she did. Nia got the top 8 eliminations.
She got 8, which I believe makes a joint most in any Rumble.
Yeah. And Bayley was the second with most, with 7 eliminations. Yeah. So yeah, and other people that did well, I think Becky Lynch had a good showing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Roxanne Perez came in rather late from NXT.
Yep.
Jake Cargill just mentioned. Tiffany Stratton was second to last to enter. And Liv Morgan at number 30.
Yep, and also had the best showing of the Women's Rumble, R-Truth.
Yes, R-Truth, yeah. He did arrive after Sarah Logan.
Yep.
And Valhalla, she's known now. Sia was making her way down the ramp. R-Truth's music hits.
Yep.
People pop. He runs in there thinking it's the men's rumble.
Yes.
He goes, "Where are all the dudes?
Where were the men?
Where are all the men?" And Adam Pearce has to run out and say, "It's not that you're in the women's rumble.
You're in the wrong one."
In the wrong rumble." R-Truth was he's just been the star of the night really for his work in the men's rumble as well.
It's also really good because obviously then right, men's rumble, R-Truth's going to come out number 24.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're waiting, number 23 hits, and you're waiting, right, it's R-Truth next.
R-Truth coming out. The women's rumble, did incredibly well. I mean, very, very happy for everyone in there, and hopefully Bayley can go on. So if you just watch Raw, as we're doing this on the Tuesday after Raw.
I've not watched it. So what happens on Raw?
Oh, what happens on Raw? Well, with Bayley, Damage Control comes out. She cuts a promo talking about Rhea. Rhea comes out and says, "You're not going to challenge me. You'd waste that opportunity because I beat you." And then Nia comes from behind, jumps Rhea, attacks her down the ramp, attacks her in the ring. Damage Control kind of back off. Everyone leaves Bayley. They Damage Control kind of all get out the ring and leave Bayley in the middle of the ring with Nia.
Yeah.
And Nia's like, "You're not going to touch Rhea because I'm going to beat her instead. Whether you challenge, it's just going to be me," or whatever she says. And then she walks off, and Bayley looks a bit sad. And then Bayley says, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to announce now. I'll do it on SmackDown." And then Io looks a bit like, "What's all this about?"
Yeah.
Especially because Bayley's supposed to be part of Damage Control.
She is.
But is she really? Is she?
We'll find out. Well, I say we'll find out at SmackDown. Knowing Debris probably won't find out at SmackDown.
No, I think we can find out on SmackDown.
Might get some more shenanigans.
Perhaps. But the Women's Rumble was a fantastic showing for many.
It was really good,
and I was very happy with it. In some ways, it was better than the men's.
I think it is. I would say it probably was.
And also, this is very light on SmackDown talent. I noticed also in the men's Rumble.
I didn't go back and look at Wikipedia.
Oh, did you not notice?
No.
Oh.
In all fairness, you can give me, because I don't watch Raw and SmackDown, you can give me superstars. Unless they're like champions, I probably couldn't tell you what one anyway.
What brand they're on?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's have a little. You're not looking at the Rumble line right now, are you? Okay. What brand is Selena Vega on?
Raw.
No, SmackDown.
Okay.
What brand is Caden Carter on?
Raw.
Yeah, that's right. She's on Raw. What brand is Mia Yim on?
What brand is AJ Styles on? SmackDown.
Yeah, that's right. So you can do it. You can do it.
Well, I have to link. I have to link them to people and go, right, who are they feuding with, and try and link them to other people. Figure out where they are.
What brand is Tegan Nox on, Corey?
Tegan Nox.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to throw me a loophole in a minute and go NXT.
No.
Raw.
Yes, hold on. She's on Raw. But that's... Well, why did I throw you... Because you know people who are on NXT, surely.
Yeah.
You know some of the NXT women. Next, we had a championship match. Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Basically, versus LA Knight with some Randy Orton and AJ Styles thrown in there.
It's a fatal four-way.
Fatal
Goes
four-way.
on before Logan Paul.
Yes, it was on Logan Paul. I thought at least... Roman's always said, "Oh, I've got to open the night, or I've got to be the main event." He's just in the middle of the. Have your cool down match, Roman. You should learn how to take it. Have your cool down match, and this was, not as plodding and whatever they call it, tactically paced or whatever Michael Cole likes to say when Roman's punching his opponent and then talking to him for 20 minutes and then punching him again. It was not as much of that.
No.
There was again. There's the energy. AJ Styles, Randy Orton, LA Knight, throwing him in there. I was very happy with what LA Knight did. He was really being the workhorse of the match.
I was going to say, it's good to see him still, obviously he's probably not going to get pushed now for a bit. The rumour is Mania for the US belt.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him getting involved, having a good showing.
Yeah,
they're still thinking about him. It shows they're still thinking about him. He's still there. They're still going to give him some good shows.
Yeah.
So hopefully, come April, he gets some semblance of at least a mid-card push.
With Randy Orton gets pretty close with his bunch of RKOs. LA Knight goes for a BFT, but it's Roman who gets the pin on Styles to retain the undisputed WWE.
I'm also glad LA Knight didn't take the pin, which I thought he would do.
I thought LA Knight's in there for the pin, isn't he?
Yeah.
LA Knight's in there for the pin because Styles and Orton aren't going to take it, but no, Styles took it. Good for Styles.
Fair enough.
Next, this was our third longest match, but our shortest match was Logan Paul versus KO, Kevin Owens for the for the United States Championship. My tongue's a bit tired today.
Yeah, Logan Paul is not the Universal Champion.
No, he's not. Goodness, God help us if he is. United States Championship.
He could have been at one point.
Kevin, yeah, it could have been, exactly. He does use that. He uses that special punch move on Kevin Owens.
He does.
But Kevin Owens just kicks right out. I didn't quite understand this match. I mean, it's good to see Kevin Owens, still in the spotlight.
Yeah. I was keeping up with the tournament, kind of, what led to this.
Yeah.
And I guess they didn't want... Who was the second? Was it Carmelo? Who was second?
Yeah, it was Carmelo Hayes.
And I guess they're like, we'll have Kevin Owens, heel and heel, I guess. Carmelo Hayes is also a heel, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Kevin Owens is the face.
Is he I guess he is.
People up. He's just he's just a tough baby face, and that's fine. He was getting cheers for a post-match assault. That's how he was.
Yeah, but I think most people would. If Dom would probably get cheered if he had a post-match assault against Logan. I think most people would cheer anyone.
So, most people would cheer when you're beating up Logan Paul. Most people are going to cheer when you're beating up Logan Paul.
I mean, it's fine. Kevin Owens is a good worker.
It was a good match between them. Logan's clearly capable.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens is a great babyface to put against him because it's a clash of their styles.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens does not win because the most observant ref in the world was apparently clocked in today. He's decided to. I've never seen that ref before, so clearly he's the only ref with eyes.
Yeah.
Who can look? Because I don't even know who this guy is. One of Logan Paul's friends tries to get over the. Is he on the podcast?
He might be on the podcast.
Is he on in Paul's scene?
He might be on that.
Anyway, he jumps over the barricade, and some of the security try to restrain him.
Yep.
But he tries to pass Logan Paul the brass knuckles, which he's been using to win recently. And then here come Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Correct, because they're a thing.
Heel bodies. They come out to help Logan. Austin Theory passes him the knuckles instead.
Yep.
He goes for the punch on KO, but KO gives him the stunner instead.
Yep.
He takes the knuckles off him, but then the ref catches Kevin Owens with the knuckles in his hand.
And then disqualifies him.
And then disqualifies KO, which means Logan Paul retains.
Correct. I mean, cool, I guess.
Cool. I guess this isn't the end then.
No, I assume, but then again, like, obviously, I'm glad Kevin Owens didn't take a pin. Kevin Owens didn't take a pin. He probably would have won if he just pinned him after the stunner.
Yeah.
Logan Paul wins via. See, I don't mind heels winning in crafty ways, but this isn't even really Logan Paul winning in a crafty way. This is just Kevin Owens not getting away with something.
Yeah, of course.
Which Kevin Owens should get away with. He's been a heel many times. He should know how to use a weapon and not have the ref spot it, but fine. So I assume Chamber is where this is going, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
And then maybe it moves on to, again, like LA Knight or someone else after that. Because again, presumably Logan Paul has this belt till Mania, so he can show it off everywhere and do all the YouTube videos and
bring it to whatever he wants,
all the podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, wear it in the shower, whatever he's been doing recently.
Yep. Keep painting that black eye on. He might stop doing that now because this has gone past.
Yeah, maybe sure. Then we move on to the men's rumble, and wasn't this a full affair? We've got. It starts off with Jey Uso, who was my pick for number 1 as well, so I'm going to credit myself on that.
Yep.
He comes in and he is the Iron Man, followed by Jimmy Uso, who's his brother. I thought we'd get a bit of Solo Sikoa, considering he, interfered in the championship match earlier in the night, wearing that trademark hoodie that everyone has flashbacks about. The Solo Sikoa hoodie. We know who you are, Solo.
Yeah,
Why are you trying to hide yourself in a hoodie? We know it's you, mate.
Yeah.
But then next is Jimmy Uso. So do a bit of that rivalry going on. Then Grayson Waller comes out. And then we have Andrade who arrives.
Yeah.
Fresh off AEW doing nothing.
Yep. So Edge a nice return there.
Yeah, nice return for Andrade. He arrives. I don't
nice
know
and
what
early.
brand. I think he's supposed to be on Raw now.
Okay.
So I've seen. No, I didn't really catch a glimpse of him when I watched Raw, but I think he's supposed to be on Raw now. Next we have Carmelo Hayes from NXT, which is fantastic. I like that Carmelo is getting somewhat of a main roster push despite being still an NXT talent.
Yeah, well, again, stuff like that is good to like. They appear in the Rumble, they appear on the US title stuff, and then when eventually Carmelo Hayes comes up to the main roster, oh, it's that guy, you know who he is.
Yeah.
You've seen him before.
Then a couple names down: Shinsuke, Santos, Cross, Dom, Carlito at 10.
Yep.
Great. I love that Carlito's still working.
They've got to do something with him.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley comes in at 11, and him and Cross are having a feud.
Yes, we are.
Bobby and the Street Profits versus Cross and the Authors of Pain.
Yep.
They arrive, and there's a big brawl outside the ring, and all the factions spill to the back, where the Ludwig Kaiser's just coming out. He looks the most confused man. He's like, what's going on there? Halfway through, at number 15, Cody Rhodes makes his way, gets the woe, everything, gets all the pyro. And by 20, we have Bron Breakker.
Yep.
Who supposedly takes Brock Lesnar's place in the Rumble, so people have said.
Yes.
Which we'll get on into in a minute. But, as to why that happened. Before we get Bron, though, Gunther comes in at 18. And he is just a big field of destruction. He's knocking men out everywhere. Knocking out Kofi Kingston, who didn't really get to do much.
Didn't do much at all.
Kofiing.
No.
We thought there'd be some Kofiing going on. There was relatively no Kofiing.
He might just be thinking, right, it's gone wrong like twice.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just getting a bit past it at that point.
After Bron Breakker, next is Omos, who makes his return.
Oh yeah, big man.
People love. You know what? I've come round on Omos.
I quite like Omos.
I used to not like him. Just think, it's just a big man for big man's sake, for WWE big men. But the more I learned about Omos, the more I was like, you know what? I've been too hard on him.
I watched I think it was a Chris Van Vliet interview with Omos, and I was like, actually, him as a person I quite like.
Yeah,
so now I like him more.
I've learned from like some of the WWE stuff where like other people talking about him.
Yeah.
Like Sean Ross Sapp an interview, and other people interview people, and they'll say, they really like Omos because he likes anime and trading cards, and he just seems like a fun guy outside of character. Like, you know what, I like Omos now. And when they went to Saudi Arabia, he was all talking about anime with Rhea and stuff like that, and that's fun. And if you look at his TikTok and his Instagram, it's just him reviewing perfumes.
Fair enough.
reviewing like colognes and stuff like that. Like he'll go, this cologne is nice. It has a nice, oak scent and tones of lavender. It's very nice. And I'm like, you know what? Good on you, Omos.
I'm happy to look
Do what
into
you
that.
want to do.
Give me some Omos cologne reviews. That's something I
Omos
never know.
brand cologne. Yeah, exactly.
Something I didn't know I needed till now.
22, Pat McAfee.
He was here.
No, he'd be in the Rumble. He turned up for commentary at the
He did.
start. And also, if you look at the Rumble breakdown, it says it has number, name, brand, number eliminated by. And if you read Pat McAfee's, it says number 22, Pat McAfee, brand unaffiliated,
Yep.
number eliminated, 16, eliminated by himself. Because Pat McAfee gets in the ring, sees Omos and Bron Breakker and Gunther and all the tough guys and thinks, it's not for me. And just steps back out the ring, eliminates himself.
Yeah, it doesn't quite pull like
No.
Mil Mascaras or whoever it was, jump off the top turnbuckle and let yourself,
jumping off the rope to eliminate himself.
but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good spot. It was a good fun spot.
It also means he is essentially, well, something we'll get into later. Is like one in both of these rumbles, there is no legends. Which one for the women's rumble is good to see, because normally you always expect it because we need to fill the roster. You've got to fill the rumble.
Rely on the legends, which is good.
But this year
there is an active wrestler.
There was none. Last year we had like Booker T in the men's, and that was it.
Yeah,
this year there's none.
Yeah, exactly.
All we really get is Pat as like a little turn up, not an actual rep, just pops in.
Appearance, yeah. And now Pat McAfee is fully on the Raw commentary team alongside Michael Cole.
Oh.
If you didn't know that?
Yeah, I know. I can't remember his name. Got fired or released.
Kevin Patrick got released.
That's it.
The Irish fella. He got himself released, and then why? Because he was bad at commentary.
Either that, or they were like, "Oh, actually, Wade Barrett's doing pretty good. We should probably keep him up."
Pat McAfee's come back. We need to get rid of someone here.
Yeah.
So what they did, they put Pat back with Michael Cole.
Yeah. Let's not move Wade Barrett back down.
No, and they moved Barrett over to SmackDown with Corey Graves. Corey Graves is now becoming a play-by-play man, which is a bit of a step up. Hopefully he can do it.
Yeah, he probably can. It's Corey
Graves.
And
now we have a full heel commentary team on SmackDown, which will be fun. Yeah, but I guess we have a both babyface commentary team on Raw, because Pat's not a heel.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
So we have a full babyface commentary team on Raw and a full heel commentary team on SmackDown, which should be fun. Everyone on SmackDown's just going to get insulted mercilessly by the commentary team. Now, everyone after Pat is a Raw talent.
No.
Which is what I mean by the lack of SmackDown.
Right.
The last 7-8 people are all Raw. In fact, since number 14, everyone, apart from Bron Breakker and Omos and Pat, are from Raw.
Oh.
So yeah, not a lot of SmackDown.
I mean, also, including that, Bron Breakker's NXT and Pat isn't on the brand.
Yeah, true.
So one of them is SmackDown.
And apparently this is Bron Breakker's call-up.
Oh, is that it?
I've heard.
I mean, I guess they had to, I guess, at some point. If like I say, if he's a replacement for Brock, pull the trigger early, I guess. He didn't get a bad showing.
No, not bad at all.
Comes in, has a bit of destruction.
Yeah.
Little elimination by Dom.
4 people.
Yep.
Ivar.
Big man,
yeah. Finn Balor.
But no, like obviously got eliminated by Dom. There's a bit of thing for you. Is that going to go to Chamber, Mania, somewhere like that?
Braun versus Dom. I could see that.
Maybe.
R-Truth comes out at 24.
Yep.
Runs in as we expect.
As we expected.
Comes in at 24. Gets up on the apron and starts reaching towards Dominic for a hot tag.
It's a tag match.
He wants a tag, like it's a tag match. And Dominic does it. The funniest thing is Dominic does it. He doesn't stand up and go, "What are you doing, Truth?" and call him out. He goes for the tag. He jumps. He does the jump and everything for the tag. The crowd goes nuts. He gets in and gets the hot tag in the Royal Rumble match, which is just great. And he's followed up by The Miz, and they do an Awesome Truth reunion. Damian Priest comes in. He's not a man for fun. He gets out R-Truth.
No.
He's like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, R-Truth isn't earning him any money anymore.
No.
Doesn't want him around.
But they do. They bring him back on Raw. On the Raw afterwards, they do bring back R-Truth, only to lay him out again and attack him again. So the Judgment Day no longer has R-Truth with them. But
He'll
there's
keep
an
trying.
Awesome Truth reunion. And I
Does
think
this
Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day may be the on the cards
possibly?
for Chamber.
Is this also gonna
Or
somehow lead to R-Truth like costing Priest for cash-in at some point?
Perhaps.
Because Priest still has to do that.
He does have to do that. Number 27, CM Punk.
Yep.
Big entrance. 28, Ricochet, which is, I think, a bit odd. Ricochet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing good in some matches. He's Ricochet.
Yep.
But number 28 in the Rumble?
Yeah.
Is that something that we should really be keeping him around for?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a bit lower down. Because you always get to the end and you're thinking, right, here we go. This is it. This is it. I had Punk, I think, down at 27, because 27 was the number you wanted.
Yeah.
30, it might not be now, but they mentioned it at the start. 30 is now the spot with the most wins at 30.
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
I believe, 27. I don't know if now, spoiler, Punk won in the Rumble. No, sorry, Cody wins the Rumble.
Yeah.
We all thought Punk was going to win the Rumble.
We all thought Punk was going to win.
Yeah, so it's still 30.
So Ricochet comes in, Drew at 29, and Sami Zayn returns at 30.
Which is, I guess, that's fine.
But when the field comes down, it comes down to Cody and CM Punk.
Yes, as you
CM
would
Punk
expect.
says, I've not waited 10 years to lose to Dusty's kid, and then he loses to Dusty's
He
kid.
loses to Dusty's kid.
And he gets injured.
Gets injured. Cody Rhodes becomes a 2-time winner back-to-back. And, gets injured and comes out on Raw. And is like, I ain't going to be at Mania now.
No, he's got to wait 6 months to be a Mania.
Yep.
And he says, there's always next year. And then Drew McIntyre comes up, heels on him.
Yep.
And Sami Zayn has to make the save on Raw.
What is it with people coming back and getting injured before Mania? Hello, Cody Rhodes, who came back at Mania and then got injured like immediately.
He got injured at Hell in a Cell, which was a couple months after.
And then was out again and then he came back at Rumble.
And CM Punk did the same thing. Came back in September at Survivor Series, War Games.
Yep.
And then got injured at the Rumble.
Presumably, this has to be real. This isn't going to be a work.
Yeah, it is. No, this isn't a work.
This is going to be real. It'll be gone. It's unfortunate, but it frees up a space, I guess, for someone else. Is Drew going to get the World Heavyweight Championship?
Apparently there were several backup plans for Mania, so hopefully they can initiate one of them.
Okay, that's good.
And bring someone in. Apparently there's a variety of cards.
I mean, I assume now, because obviously Drew came out afterwards, so either they're going to tease Drew winning it and then Punk winning it off Drew when Punk comes back.
Yeah.
This could also mean maybe Priest can win his cash-in.
This could also mean good things for Cody, as Cody has more of a likelihood of winning now that Punk is...
Yep. But yeah, maybe Priest can win his cash-in, give Priest the belt for a bit now. Why not? So there is options.
Yes,
I wouldn't mind either of them. Heel Drew, fine. Priest winning the belt, fine. Go for it. Someone else random, sure, if it's justified.
But while we move off from the men's rumble, which was a good men's
it was
rumble,
good,
I don't think it was as good as the women's, but I think it was solid. It wasn't as sort of clunky as the women's sometimes. I think it was more refined. Everyone knew their roles and got in there and just did it to the best of their ability, which is always what you want to see in a rumble. But just a pitch to a bit of a more serious topic for a minute. There's been a lot of stuff again. Another lawsuit has come out with the name of Vince McMahon all over it.
Yep.
And something that is quite. I've been reading through it, and it's a tough.
You have.
Corey.
Yep.
It's a tough read, but it gets into a lot of stuff about what is effectively abuse of another human. This young woman who is looking for a job, and Vince especially manipulates her and abuses her in very awful terms.
And presumably this is all online. You can go read it for yourself.
Yeah, it is online. Yeah, Wall Street Journal came out with all of this.
There we go.
I wouldn't recommend reading it though because it's disgusting.
No, but it's there if you want it.
Yeah, it's graphic, so I wouldn't really. But I only did it for the purpose of this show, just so I could know more about the situation. And I think that whatever happens to it, and I've heard that the person that's in charge of TKO is very much for this lawsuit and will, in fact, find anyone who is connected to Vince and get rid of them.
Right.
Which I'd say is probably the best thing to do.
See,
get them out. If they're a problem, if it's Bruce Pritchard, whoever, get rid of them.
See, I've heard this, and I think some people make sense, but I've now also heard, like, this is going to cost Triple H's job.
Right.
because he's the stepson of Vince McMahon,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was like under Vince's wing for years.
Hmm.
I like Triple H. He's been doing a great job.
Well, I don't know if Triple H this story implicates him as well. It doesn't flat out say it because they
Yeah.
give people up with aliases. But Brock is
Brock is
superstar.
Yeah, because it was like a former UFC World Heavyweight Champion or
Champion
something.
who Vince was trying to re-sign.
Yeah, and it's
know,
like
Brock
that's pretty much Brock.
who it is. Yeah, John Laurinaitis, his name is over it as well.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people who are whose names are listed. We don't know if who the WWE executive number one is. It could be. People say it could have been. It might have been Triple H. It might have been Shawn Michaels. There was lots of people whose names it could have been. So
It's definitely going to be one of those things where, like, obviously we saw Vince leave, completely again.
yeah.
More people
Hopefully
could.
for good this time.
More people could in the future. TKO, like you say, could do a massive shift up and go right. Complete shake up. This is it, and obviously that's going to be completely different for the company and for backstage morale. Because like when Vince left, people were apparently happy that he's gone.
Yeah, people were happy that Vince was gone. Yeah, finally for good. Hopefully.
So, but people were happy when Triple H got in control.
Yeah.
And is that going to be another like shift up? And it's one of those things where you just kind of got to wait and see and go from there. Hopefully, like you say, Vince is at this point.
Yeah.
Away for because even whatever happens, you would assume TKO just won't want him back.
Will not allow him back. No, Endeavour will not allow him back after all of this. After how much is in here, and there's a lot in here.
There is, yeah.
About how much it says about NDAs and forced, even all the assorted acts that this woman was.
Yeah. And it's like
coerced and controlled into doing.
Because there's also the other thing as well, where like none of this would have happened if Vince paid I think it was like $3 million or something. He was meant to pay.
A hush money suit as well,
and he never paid it.
No, this was like a hush money suit and things like that.
And then Vince never paid it. I think apparently forgot to pay it, and then it's now all come out.
Yeah.
Which is now leading to this whole situation.
Into this whole situation, and I hope everyone who is guilty gets exactly what they deserve, and that if it's brought to a court of law, if it requires that, or
you would assume it would go that far.
Tried to the full extent of the law.
Yes,
obviously is what we support here. So back to the landscape of what it could do to wrestling. Obviously, Royal Rumble attendance was good.
Yep.
People expect the business to go on. And I think that there is ways that it could be, ways that Mania could still look good despite the fact that there is this over it as a shadow and, the loss of several people, perhaps even Triple H, so we don't know.
Yeah. That is true. Just got to wait and see, I guess.
So, but what we have to wait for next is the Elimination Chamber event.
In Australia.
That's right. They said there's already going to be a women's chamber.
Yep.
That has already been confirmed.
I mean, you would assume so.
I believe we're going to get Nia versus Rhea there. And we could also get maybe KO and Logan Paul going back at it.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul is, I think, scheduled for the event. I know none of the major champions are.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like Roman's definitely not.
Yeah.
This is also presumably where you're going to get, like, obviously the men's chamber to set up. Whoever's going to go face.
No Cody now.
Go face Seth.
Rumble, no Cody.
Yep. So you're going to presumably get like Drew.
Yeah.
Maybe like whoever else could be in facing Seth.
Put Braun Breaker in there. Put Braun Breaker in the kit.
Yeah, why not?
Chamber.
Why not?
Yeah, Sami Zayn because Sami's feuding with Drew now.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously the women, presumably who's going to face Rhea, so Becky Lynch and that kind of people.
Morgan,
yeah.
That kind of names.
Probably Naomi because she's just come back.
Yeah, Naomi. Yeah. Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill could be a name.
Good old setup for WrestleMania.
Yeah, setup for WrestleMania. Yeah. One of the stops on the road to WrestleMania.
There's not many left now.
Chamber. No, not many months left. I think it says something like 70 days or something like that.
Yeah. There's Chamber, and then I assume one more pay-per-view, and then that's it.
Is it Fastlane or something like
Probably.
that? Perhaps. But they haven't announced it yet. I expect them to announce it by now if they were going to.
And then at some point, still, when is Priest going to cash in that briefcase?
Yeah, when will Priest cash in?
He's had it for nearly a whole year at this point. He's running out of time.
These are questions. But we should answer those questions, and we could answer those questions. Perhaps we will on a future instalment of the Dropkick Report. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.